Or how do I?
Can you hear me?
Some of them can, some of them need it. All right, I'll tell you what. If you're gonna do that, we'll do this.
Okay.
Do you wanna do it down there? You got this one, Mike? Test one. There you go. You gotta hold it up close to your mouth, though.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being
There
here. Over the last few days, I've been going around and talking to people about what Beana meant to you, and I've been collecting your thoughts on these cards. And I just got one promise for you, that this speech will be shorter than one of her phone conversations with you. So go ahead and get comfortable. We're going to be here for a bit. That reminds me, my grandmother told me when she grew up, they didn't have TV or radio. And what they did, Wanda, you probably remember this, they liked to listen on the phone when other people were talking, because there was one phone line that came in and out of town. And when she got her own phone line, she used it a lot to call all y'all all the time. And I just remember talking to her on the phone and how kind she was. So the first joke worked. It's hard to get people to laugh at a funeral, but thank you. We're on to card 3. It's okay. She was born in Covington, Virginia in the 30s. I don't know if you know where Covington, Virginia is, but there's a couple people here who do know where it is. And I want to thank you for making the drive out. You're a good family, and thank you. I've been out there. It's about a stone's throw from West Virginia, your neck of the woods, Dick. And she was born there in the 30s, and then what happened was she met someone special. That would be John Insley. You know that man? Yeah, me too. Well, he used to say I'd have to drive 5 hours just for a kiss. It was love at first sight. I remember him telling me when they got married, they went down to Nag's Head. I've been to Nag's Head a couple of times. And he was so excited tonight we get one room because we're married. And they were married for a very long time. They taught me what love was, what it means to sit by somebody and just enjoy the company. Love isn't about things, it's about people. And she loved all of y'all, as she loved John. And they loved each other. She got a degree in business. She worked at the shipyard in purchasing. I bet she was really good at that. She could negotiate, I'll tell you what. I was with her when she was having the house built and she was negotiating the appliances, and I'll never forget that day with my grandpa. He just kept on looking at me. He's like, Mason, see what she's doing right now? Take a note. That's how you get it done. So I was like, thank you, Grandpa. Another life lesson from you. She was part of the American Legion Post 237. And I appreciate that. Miss Harriet, you're doing a great job back there, by the way. Thank you for sharing that with me. She was a lifetime member of this church, where she taught Sunday school. She was involved in the community. She loved people unconditionally. Dick Gertis told me that she was always looking out for other people. No matter how much in pain she was, she would always be making someone a cake. Who here's ever gotten a cake from Grandma Beana? Who ever gotten a card in the mail from her saying, I love you? You know how hard it was for her to get up and down those steps and get down to the post office, put a stamp on that card and mail it to you? And she did because she loved you. She loved each and every one of you. Linda Graves is here. She cleaned my grandmother's house and became a close friend for many years. Thank you for doing that. She looked forward to you coming by that. Yeah. And if you can clean that house to my grandmother's standards, you might want to get her number because she's pretty good. So thank you for being here. Grandma and Grandpa complimented each other. You know, it was kind of like the yin and yang. You had two different types of people that are attracted to each other. Grandpa was always good with a joke, and he always made you feel good. I was talking to Joan last night. She said growing up in this church, she remembered during the times where people would get together in between services, and they always asked for one person. It was like, where's Grandpa? And they would come around him, he'd make him feel good. She made him feel good too. They were a perfect couple. I already said your card, Joe, so I'm going to set this one down. Okay, how am I doing so far? All right. People who met her for the first time said she's one of the kindest people they ever met. You go to her house. One Christmas, I took home a friend from Richmond, Virginia, where I was attending college. He had nowhere else to go, so he came home for Christmas. And she was the type of person, as soon as he walked through the door, she disappeared into the back room to wrap a gift that she had as a backup gift in case guests just showed up. That year, Mike got gifts and presents. And it's just always think about the others. So people walk through the door. That's where her head was. My mom, Beana Insley, who I am videotaping this for, she told me growing up, going to the store with Grandma was a very special time. She taught her how to wait patiently until pennies opened, and then you get something if you waited patiently. Ann told me growing up, she used to do her hair and walk her up and down the street and parade her kids in front of everybody. She was always proud of her family. She was proud of you. Kylie and Becker family are here. When my daughter Isabella was born, she made her a quilt. I got a feeling she made a couple of you guys quilts too. But she made a special place for every child that walked through there. And I want to thank y'all for coming, for being here. Is Tammy Holloway here? My grandmother's hair looks perfect. It really does. And that meant the world to her. You know, I want to thank you for doing that. I was talking to her on Thursday when she was going to see you at 1 o'clock. And she told me, she's like, when I go, I want to make sure that I got a perm and my hair is perfect. And you made that happen. So she looks good for seeing Grandpa. Thank you. She liked to pretend she was my mother sometimes. She was like, this is my son. When I was at VCU, she ran into a friend of mine, Lyle Matheson, and said, I'm Mason's mom. And she said, no, you're not. That's May. And it caught Grandma off guard, but she always liked her. I were close like that. And heck, with that hairstyle that she had, she passed for mom any day of the week. So thank you. Jerry Becker said she was a classy lady. My dears, Penny and Barry, I'll get through this. You were with her at her side when my grandfather drew his last breath. You were there at her side when she drew her last breath. Words cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. I love you. From here on out, I want you to go enjoy life and do what I told Grandma to do when Grandpa passed away. Go take a vacation. After Grandpa passed away, I took Grandma to Southern California for about a week. It was a fantastic time. She told me how to decorate my house and all types of good stuff. But anyhow, moving along. She touched a lot of people's lives. She touched so many people's lives. And that's how you value a life. She gave us 84 good years. I will miss my grandmother fiercely. You know the relationship I had with her and still have today. But I want to tell you one thing. She loved all y'all. She loves you to death. And I'm proud to be here to speak on behalf of the family. Did I miss anybody, Joan? We got it covered? Well, I think I met my promise. It is quicker than one of her phone calls, so the time is up. But I want to say some parting words to Ann, Joan. She loved you, girls. Your dad loved you. I love you. She's with Grandpa now, and she'll rest in peace. Thank you very much. Yeah, you can clap. It's okay.
Thank you, Nancy.